Hello, everyone. It is October 8th, 2018, and we have moved from being halfway done with the course to being 2/3 of the way done with the course. Congratulations. Thanks for another week of excellent discussion. I especially appreciated some of the discussion we had around how Maslow's hierarchy of needs can help us understand the questions that employees want answered and help us evaluate how important those questions are. Just a little recap of Maslow. He had this idea that human needs had various levels, and you kind of need to satisfy the lower levels before you could work on the higher levels. So at the very base of the pyramid of needs is physiological needs, what we need in order for our bodies to function. So food, water, staying warm, being able to sleep. You need those things in order for your body to function well. And I think we would all agree that if you don't have enough to eat, if you don't have the ability to sleep, you're not going to be very productive and your life is going to be pretty miserable. And if you have a job that doesn't let you eat and sleep, that's not really a job, that's misery. Almost goes without saying that those needs need to be satisfied. And the next level is safety needs or security needs, the sense that you are secure and safe in your person, that violence is not going to be done to you during your work, that you're safe from threats. Now, I realize that there are some places where that's not true, where people aren't safe on their jobs, and I think, again, we would agree that those are pretty miserable jobs, or they are very specialized jobs, like the jobs of police officers and firefighters and people that serve in the military. But that's a different kind of thing. And even in those jobs, people feel a sense of safety and security from their fellow police officers, from their fellow firefighters, from their fellow soldiers and sailors and members of the Air Force and Marines, that there's a sense of safety and security there, but the threat comes from outside. So again, safety and security needs, those for employers in an employment situation are almost a given that they have to be met in order for the organization to be productive and successful. The next level is needs to belong, needs to feel cared for, having relationships, friendships, feeling like you're part of a team, like you're connected with other people. And this is the place where I think organizations do need to start to work a little bit harder to meet those needs and answer the questions associated with them. So, how do I fit in? Who are the people that I can rely on? Those would be at this level. The next level, level 4, is esteem needs. The need to feel some sense of prestige, some sense of accomplishment, some sense of being appreciated by those that are in leadership, that are above you in the chain of command. And as I said in the discussion forum, I think this, for a lot of organizations, this is the place where the most growth could happen. And by answering questions that are in this level, employees could be supported most effectively, and the organization could move forward in being more and more successful. A lot of you focused on the question of what are the organizational plans for the future? What's the organization going to do? And that would kind of come in under these esteem needs, because it's tough for people to feel a sense of accomplishment if they don't know what the goals are, if they don't know what the plan is. How are they able to say, this is really what I've done in my job for my organization, if they have no clue where the organization is going? Again, you might have an organization where you have a specific job assignment, and if you do A, B, and C, you've accomplished your goals. But if you don't see how that fits in to the wider picture, it's not as fulfilling, and it doesn't meet that need nearly as well. And then the last need is self-actualization, achieving your full potential, being able to utilize your full capacity of abilities and creativity. And there aren't a whole lot of places where that happens, but there are some there are some organizations, some companies, some nonprofits, I would imagine even some places in the government where that happens, where you really can exercise your full abilities and your creative capacity. And that's, if you can get a job like that, that's the place to work. But I think, as I said, again, not to belabor it too much, but that level 4 place of where the organization can start to give people some sense of prestige and engagement, that really helps the organization move toward a greater level of success. I also wanted to say thanks to Emily for saying that, well, maybe this list doesn't really comprehensively fulfill, tell us what all the questions are that employees would have for employers. And I agree. There are things that it would be really helpful for employers to tell employees that weren't on that list. And I appreciated, Emily, that you you lifted up flexibility and how your role affects the larger picture, ownership, that those are good ways of describing queries that people would have about their jobs. And it fits into some of the why questions and questions about autonomy, which as you said, I think are more and more prevalent today than they were back in 1995. Because of changes in technology and changes in culture, we do have questions that employees really want. They want to know, can they have a flexible schedule? They want to know, is telecommuting a possibility at all? Those questions weren't so much in the forefront back then, but those kinds of questions are a big deal today. As we move into this week 5, I know all of you will be working on your authentic leadership essays, your final draft of that essay. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to bounce any ideas off me, or I can be helpful with that in any way, please contact me. And I'm going to schedule on Wednesday between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, and then again between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, a Zoom meeting, and you'll get invitations to that in your inbox through Canvas. And just an opportunity for us to check in with each other, to have a little more conversation. If you have something that you want to ask about, or if you just want to try out the technology and see how it works, this will be an opportunity to do that. So I look forward to the next couple of weeks of the course. Again, thanks for your engagement and involvement, and that's it for now.